Hello lovely people, I'm back with some more of my little water in village place. We just got a trader arrive. He is a low commissioned one. Now here's okay, I wish he had more tools, but I need the knives. So let's snag that. You know what? Grab a tin. We've got to remember to put more mines into going for copper just to buy it instead of all these big numbers. Linen, we never have enough of those, and there's no way I'm buying beer. Now, I was just looking at prices here on animals. I've been talking about going horses, cows, and sheep. If we let's just look at the females because those are the most expensive. And then I click on males. 55 here, 80 for an adult female. So raising horses to sell, as well as, you know, all the other reasons like the sleds, the carts, the plows, whatever, that's great, right? When we look at our cattle, the males are 40 or 55, and again 80 here. Pigs drop to 20 and 30. Sheep are 45 and 30. And then the goats are down at 20 and 30. So if I were to go just the three that I keep saying are the ones that make sense in terms of, you know, the kind of animals that you have around that you're feeding, because they're the most useful. I mean, meat from all of them, of course, but the cow, we've got our milk and the plows. With horses, we've got carts and the plows, and of course with these we've got meat and the wool, which we need. So they would be the best for selling as well, just getting big numbers of those. So I have, it's like I got 23 of them, no problem selling off a few at these amounts. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. This is really good. So it does clearly make the most sense to start getting rid of the others. So if I sell off all my goats, I'm sorry, this is a hard decision. And I could sell off some pigs as well. 30. And maybe just, slowly move those right out of the equation as well. Now, the concern I have with that is if we get an illness that takes out, a massive chunk of our critters, we don't have, if the cows are gone, I don't have backup plan with, my goats are healthy, they, I can get milk from them. There is that issue, but I don't know that it's a big one in this game. And when you look at, our knives are quite low. I actually need that. The rest, I'm just looking for numbers to finally take the plunge and sell off all my little goats. It hurts. It's okay. It's smart. It is the smart thing to do. I do actually believe that those three animals they're the most valuable. They're the most kind of all-round useful. They cover the most slots available. I will have more straw this time, so that's good. And I hadn't realized it, but when it comes to selling them, those three are the animals that are going to give me the best prices for things too. If I've got 50 horses and can sell off 2 or 3 mares and a stud horse at some point, that can buy me a lot of tools all of a sudden, and that's kind of cool. So anyway, while they are dealing with the planting there, I think I need to go and find... Oh, well, they're not going to do anything because I'm looking at other things. This is iron here, I'm pretty darn sure. So I need tin and copper still. And I think these are flint, right? The sort of dull blue-gray, whatever. Oh, look at that. We can bring that baby home soon. Prepare for transport. I think so. Okay, so we have a little tin thing. How far away is that? Not as bad as it could be, as it will be at some point very soon. Not near as bad as it's going to be. So there's one, and I need a shiny green one. There's one over there. But a little closer would be nice. Pretty, please. Actually, if I find a tin down at this end, I will remove that one because Didn't we had a valley? Okay, so there's some here, but didn't we have a little valley right there? This had copper up the wazoo back here, didn't it? It had lots and lots of copper. I'm not seeing any nice shiny tin at this end of the world, though. So I guess the one, man, I got a lot of copper back here. It's all over the place. And we have more megaliths, too. There's one there and there. Or there, that one is. What is that? A tin mine. Ooh, lovely. Okay, well, I guess that'll do for now. I just want to make sure we've got, you know, we've got, I believe we have one of each, right? It currently, which, you know, is okay. They can only work one, you know, you can only be at one place at a time. But I don't want those to run out and not have something in place already is all. That is all. All my defensive structures are quite extensive. Or feels like it to me. I mean, maybe it's not, but it feels like it to me. Okay, we have winter. Winter is upon us. We finally got a few more of those up. I bought the knives. That's good. Keep how are the picks are there and that's there. Whoosh. Yeah, I'd like to get, and again, because we're getting, the wall is getting worked on, I would very much like to get these numbers cranked up again a little bit. I'd love to have these all at 100. I probably won't make it. Wow, there's a big difference in these two things, isn't there? They're really going handy dandy with the old swords. Not so much with this. And sometimes this becomes a problem because we don't have leather on hand. Lots of raw skin, lots of tannin, but they don't, I thought I had the leather cranked up in numbers, but either I forgot to do it or, you know, they just don't get to it because they're not as concerned with numbers as I am. We know this. It's a thing. It's all fine and good, but we know this is a thing. That house got upgraded before winter. I am happy to see. What are our numbers? Ooh, 15 more. Capacity for 134. That's good. Now they are still having to carry everything in. Now I wonder if it becomes a case of we don't have a place to store it. No, there's a little room there. Okay, there is some room. So that's not the issue. They just haven't gotten to it yet. And these guys have finished that field. They're doing their little planting bits. Oh, so cute. How's this going? Okay, we do have space for food. They just have to get it where it needs to be. Oops. That one was what? Okay. Well, we don't have lots, but there is room. Okay, there's some there. You're good. You're all good. So keep hauling there, little people. Busy, busy. Chop, chop. And we are very low again, but better than we were that one winter. That was the last winter. Oh, that was so painful. So I finally made the plunge. I don't have, oh no, I do. I just still have 3 goats. I still have 3 goats? How come I still have 3 goats? I need to just pull that Band-Aid and move on, you know, because it's hard. A horse has died of starvation. See, now that's just because somebody didn't bother, you know, getting the food in time. They didn't bring the food in. I do believe I have all of them set as important buildings, but it does happen. So hopefully somebody, you know, at least made a roast out of it. It's so sad. And because I've sold off some animals, there's that. And with the disease, I think I lost some horses. I want to check my numbers, the horses. We have only 3 young, 14 mares, 2 and 15. So I could get rid of some of these stud horses. That's a lot. I do still have goats. I have 2 males and a female. Okay. Well, I guess the way to do this is to make sure they don't breed back up again. I only have one young. Okay, none there. So let's hope we get some sheep here. And again, man, you just got to keep numbers in. You just got to keep the big numbers. And I think I'm going to start selling these guys down too. We're just going to go for the 3. It won't be as pretty. A horse was struck by lightning. Leave my freaking horses alone. I mean, for real. I had 44 going into the winter. 1 starved, 1 get hit, and I'm still at this. So what, we had some old ones die or slaughtered, or, I mean, 44 minus 2 is not 37, at least not in Canada. I had different schooling than whatever country built this game. My numbers are not the same as your numbers. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, and look at the numbers again. 3, all 3. I have 3 goats left, and they're all ill. Well, that may end up solving our problem. So there's some dead horses out here. They're old, so maybe it was just the time. Yeah, I know the workload's too high. And are you noticing? I am not even clicking on things. I just need more people, which means I need to update some more houses. Because I don't have them. I got this one and this one. A new human has joined your settlement. Well, how nice. I've got these 3 here, and then, oh, I got that one. Okay. And I thought there were a couple back here, but I moved them, didn't I? So this would be the house I would in. Just leave me alone all by myself. I can look out at Stonehenge in the morning, come out with a mug of tea or coffee, and, you know, look at the beautiful fruit trees on either side that are blooming away, and look at the beautiful henge in front of me. Nice sunshine flowing across that little bit of garden ahead in front of me. This is so perfect. So perfect. What can I buy? An average commission. Ooh, you've got picks, but you know, they're going to cost a lot more than they could have. Charcoal, I don't think. Well, I'm not, no extra. Now, they're not showing goats. I guess they're making some sort of decision about what's extra. I have 30 some horses. They're only showing these. So the game makes some kind of judgment call, because they do have 3 goats, and they're not letting me offer them for sale. So, there's the thing. But if I'm going to start cutting back on pigs, oh, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt so bad. Keep my sheep. Oh, that's too many. I needed more of these, but you don't have any. I'm just buying something I won't have to make. And what do I want to sell off? Now, I do have a lot of swords. I wish some of them would pick up. Maybe I should check those numbers. I actually kind of wish that some of them would pick up bows more than they really seem to like the sword and shield. And I would kind of prefer, not kind of, I don't have enough people standing on top. They're all standing down here waiting for damage to be done so they can go out and fight. And I'm almost thinking, let them get in here, close this gate, and then open that one and say, you want to fight? You really don't want to use the bow? Then go get some. A goat has died of disease. Well, there you be. Now we have 1 female and 4, oh, dogs. We have no females left and 2 males. So, well, that's going to end that issue. We won't be getting any milk out of them, but we have two that will be, they'll just age and they'll get used for food in the end, and I'll watch my poor little goats die away. It's going to be so sad. But at least we have less animals to feed this winter. There's a thing. It looks like they're getting the plowing in. This field isn't done, but that's just a little extra blip of flax, so that's not too god-awful. This one is coming to an end. We have cows that need milking. We have one little gap there that got finished. Lovely. You are so lovely. Okay, let's, I'll never get this wall finished. I am determined that this wall shall be completed before I move to the next, to the last, the Iron Age. I want that wall completed, and then we've got enough science to just whiz right down that. That won't even be a problem. I want the wall done, and I want some stock. You know, I want some of these numbers a bit higher than they are. And then at that point, we shall finally move on. What are the picks are high? That's good. So we'll do that. Not high, but maybe if we can get them all to 80. I would like them to, at 100. I do. That is what I want, but you know, whatever. It may not happen. We are still making lots and lots of warm stuff. We never have enough of that. The armor is, you know, it could be higher, and they're making some. They realize that too. I appreciate it. Let's go see what the trader has. Do you want to buy some pigs? Average. 2 knives, copper ones though. I mean, that feels like we're backing up in life, you know? I mean, we're still getting rid of some of that ourselves. Darn, I say. A linen outfit. Is there any point? If I don't have enough to sell off one of the pigs, there just isn't any point. 30. I need to get 30 of something. Charcoal, tin. Almost. I don't need food. You know what? That's just one last log. That's a log I won't have to, a tree I won't have to chop down. That's not dreadful, right? One more. And there's nothing I have that will be 1. Anything I click on 1 will be 2. Fine. We'll trade it for a boon. Give your poor dog a boon. I see we have a wee problem here. I have lost a tower. Assuming I can get somebody to get off. Oh, we've lost 2 towers. Well, I'm not sure when that happened, but it did. So go do that, please. A tin mine has been exhausted, but we had another one queued up and ready to go, right? So we're okay. You are picking up sticks, of which there are still many. You're cutting down trees back there. You're cutting down trees, not so much anymore, but you were. I can move you way back here. Da-dum-bum-bum. Yes, no light clothing. Shit happens. What can I say? All right, let's, we are early summer. We should have time to get that upgraded, yeah? We have everything on hand except straw. Do we have no straw? If we have no straw, that can't get done anyway. Because, yeah, ew. They've used whatever straw we had left over for repairs, but this is going to, I know this takes, I don't know, 3 or 4 straw or something. So it'll just sit there till fall, which is not when we want to start ripping a house apart. So I've got to get the straw situation up enough to be able to actually build things ahead. Like, this is bad. This is very bad. We are in summer. The workload is horrendous because they are still, oh, they're harvesting, right? Go to harvest, please. Okay, that's not double, but we can't unless I take these out and make it double inside. There's nothing, which is probably what I should do, isn't it? I mean, there's no point in having this all super duper awesome. Every time I see that, I think it's a cistern. You know, we have it double everywhere, and then we have this great big weak spot, which is unfortunate. Like there. Oh. And they won't let me fix it. Nothing's changed, right? There hasn't been an update that says you can build in water. No, there is not. Darn. All right, is the harvesting done yet? Almost. Good job. Good, good, good. So where do we have more inner wall to do? Right here. Now this one is a little frightening because I don't think they can climb over that. They come over areas like this without problem. I don't think they can climb over that. And if I'm wrong, of course, then they'll just blow through that wooden stuff like it's not even there. But they haven't done that yet. So let's do this real quick before fall. Hurry, go really fast, okay? Go do that now. Do it, do it. Slowest game in history. Oh my gosh. But this is how I play. This is how I play. Oh, so there's been more to good news with COVID and things like that. There's been wow. Somebody something just popped up here for me. Somebody who I've just been gifted Cyberpunk 2077. Oh. Okay, Acero, one of my top level patrons and just a dear man. He's just become such a good friend. He had bought me CK3 in advance, of course, but Paradox gave it to me, early access, and I get to play CK3 and I got it for free. So I got Acero the refund through Steam. And so he just sent me a message. He bought me Cyberpunk 2077. So he says, since you got CK3 for free and we had to make a refund, I still wish to buy you something. So here you go as a late birthday and an early Christmas present with many X's and O's. Acero, you sweet, wonderful man. I've been looking at that game. It's quite a different sort of game for me, but I like different sort of games sometimes, and I've looked at that one, and I've had it on my wish list. Oh God, how long has they been talking about releasing that game? I mean, a year, 2 years ago or something. It's been a long time, and I had it on my wish list for ages and ages and ages, and then I'm so sorry. Excuse me. When I saw what it was actually going to cost, I took it off. It's like, yeah, it's such an expensive game, and it's one of those that I may never do anything, business wise with. It's one of those I may just play because it's fun to play, and I hate to say it, but that's what CK3 is like for me. I love playing the game, just passionately, but less so in a stream or a recording. Because it's a game I actually have to, you have to think different. I have to use different parts of my brain than a game like this. And I don't do very well when I'm talking to people at the same time I'm attempting to play. I just don't do very well in them. And I kind of suspect that Cyberpunk is going to be much like that. So I thought, I can't justify the expense. So I just took it off my wish list and thought, I'll move on. It'll be fine. And I know Rhino bought it and was planning on playing on my server, or like streaming it when it first comes in. I'm not doing high commission, not even for a bronze knife. So sorry, be gone. He actually has taken some days off work to be able to stream it. But apparently I own it now too, so I can do. Oh my God. I'm so like, oh my God. Acero, you sweet, sweet, wonderful man. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Oh my goodness. So I will be playing Cyberpunk if it actually ever gets released. Now I'm hoping that they've postponed the release dates a couple of times, or they hinted at dates a couple of times. I'm hoping this because they're really planning on making it function well, and it's not going to be some super glitchy that we'll never get around to doing a damn thing with game, because those get annoying. I love this game. The fact that the version I am playing right now is called experimental. They're still adding new stuff to the game. They're still changing things. And it's wonderful. I mean, there's been a few, that one little, was it Horacle, kept walking up here and he finally starved to death because he wasn't making the brightest choices in the world. I mean, if that's the worst glitch you ever get in a game, it just makes for a cute little story. Who the heck cares? It's perfect. That's wonderful. But, that's not the case for all of them. I have been trying Crossroads Inn again. I've started a new inn. I did it streaming. I did it live. And I thought, I could start it there and play through a little bit and get an inn started and then maybe go back to recording. And the cats are still borked for me. This is a fresh new install, blah, blah, blah. I bought 3 cats, 3,000 gold for cats. One of them never arrived. I couldn't buy it again. It was gone from the city that had it, but it never showed up, and I was watching quite closely for that. Another one despawned right in front of. We were talking about the cats and looking at the cat, and it just despawned and disappeared. The third one showed up, is glitched in the wall half the time. It does occasionally eat just before it starves to death, but you have to put the food kind of under it, and it doesn't look like it's eating, but it does, so that's cool. But there are problems with it. It just gets caught in the wall and kind of slides back and forth, and weird. The cats are glitched. They've been borked since the anniversary update. They worked fine for me before that. But of course, because the cats are not working, rodents are showing up, blah, 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 So I don't know that the Kingdoms Reborn is so far worked like a charm yesterday through 2.5 hours of gameplay. It worked really well. I mean, they tell you it's not finished. If you do this, this, and this, it's not going to work. This is going to be a problem. They're aware of it. They acknowledge it. They're working on it, which is quite pleasant. So I am going to be doing a series in here of Kingdoms Reborn. Probably start recording it tomorrow, actually, or late tonight maybe, but it won't be a long one. I may just say, like, okay, here's a series of 10 sort of thing to give it a try, and then we'll come back to it as they keep adding things, kind of like Ostrov, which I really need to revisit and see what they've done with that. So anyway, I'm going to end this one. We're getting into the half-hour mark again. I don't even know what to call this one. We didn't do a lot except make some very hard decisions about the animals and what we're going to do with that, which is hard enough for me. Okay, it's tough. This is not easy. But yeah, no goats for me. Anyway, we'll be back with more, and we'll keep working on this wall. We'll reshuffle our animals. We're getting our numbers back up here a little bit. This is better. Got to work on that now, and then we're moving into the Iron Age. Again, a whole new place for me. I've never been there in this game. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your comments. Asiro, if you're watching, thank you for Cyberpunk 2077. You are a sweetheart. Thank you so much, babe. I will see you guys soon. Thank you to everyone who makes my life possible. You are wonderful people, and I appreciate you so very much. Bye-bye.